Hey everybody, welcome back. Now that we are done fighting the Hydra and talking to Dusk and getting her little armor set, if armor is what you want to call it, alright, now we can go deal with the Moonlight Butterfly. It's something else I'd like to get out of the way while we're here. And there's some loot to grab, quite a few things to get while we're down here. Now I'm going to want to, at some point, be human to grab this NPC. Whether I get another player to jump in or not is kind of irrelevant, but I want to grab Witch Beatrice. Okay, she's a cool NPC, and if I grab her here, she'll be available later. I have a sneaky feeling that if I don't grab her here, she won't be available at the Four Kings fight. And what's key to that is if you use her in the Four Kings fight, later on you can find her entire set, which includes her big witch hat and I believe her catalyst. And I also believe that catalyst counts towards the unique weapons trophy. And I don't know any other way to get it. That's if my memory serves correctly. I have slept since I last played this, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Nonetheless, she has that set of armor, and in case anyone finds the gear attractive, then, hey, you'll know how to get it. Hopefully, unless I mess things up. I will try to go through all the basic stuff with all the NPCs to get the things that they have to offer. Best I can. Alright, there should be one more of those trees a little farther down here. We'll find the first of, I don't even know what to call this. It's like a manta ray mixed with a frog. Something. Just call them frogs, I guess. Flappy frogs. Alright, and here's the other tree. And I don't know of any benefit of not killing these trees. Really not sure what purpose they really serve, actually, except for camouflage or something, I guess. Anyway, this is the path we have to go through to get to the wolf ring, which increases your poise. Kind of like the Ring of Giants in Dark Souls 2. Okay, at some point we're going to aggro a whole bunch of those frog manta ray dudes. There we go. And their little slappy tongues, yeah, they have some range, by the way. I want to say they're about 30 feet long. Oh, man. Oh, lick me like you love me. Freaking jerk. Alright, so, getting two of these guys spamming their attacks at different intervals, yeah, that can get pretty deadly pretty quick. It's not so bad of a place to die, because it's pretty much a straight shot to run back down. It's not a big deal, but still. I have become human now, and I don't want to waste that. I think there's one more over here. Now, these guys do drop green blossoms. They are something that you can farm for those. With a decent one-shot weapon, it's no big deal to come down here and just slap the crap out of them and farm them for green blossoms. That wouldn't be a big deal, but right now, with this slow, heavy-ass weapon that does no damage, no, I'm not going to mess around with them too much. Okay, now, this guy's shield and his sword are also required for the unique weapon trophy. I know that. In fact, when I did finally get the platinum on PS3 here, that was the last trophy I got, was for all the weapons. One of the sets of weapons you need are basically, I believe it's 2 shields and a sword, or 2 swords and a shield, all made from the soul of Sif. So you needed 3 souls of Sif, which can be dropped by other players. And so if you can find somebody who doesn't need their soul of Sif, well, ask them if they would like to trade. And that is one way to get them. Or go through New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus. But, anyway, the very last thing that I needed, I could not figure it out. I looked all down my inventory, and I'm like, I've got everything. I mean, I've got multiples of some stuff. And it was It was either the sword or the shield from these guys is what I was missing. And I just never really thought to farm it. And it was really the last thing on my mind, but lo and behold, as soon as I got it, it dinged for me, so that was nice. Okay, now this is where we first entered in. The bonfire that we just came from is to our left, over there. And this is where the hidden tree is. I don't say hidden tree, but the ambush tree. There he is right there. There should be another buddy of his to the left. Well, was, till he killed himself. That'll work. And yes, I have died on this jump before. Yes, I have. Alright, so, you know, between these guys' branches and those froggy dudes' tongues, all this long-range slappy licky stuff going on here, yeah, I'm not down with it. They really need to chill on that. Okay, so that's like kind of like one loop. You notice we just looped around, came back to right where we started. We might as well get all of our stuff back. There's no point in wasting anything. Okay. Alright, so I'll try to grab one summons. This is a freebie for somebody. This is a way for somebody to get their sunlight metal or whatever, some free souls. And sometime later, we finally get somebody here. Alright, doesn't really matter whether he's ready or not. Beatrice is going to do most of the work on this. I've got a few fireballs in my pocket, but I can't do a lot. The Moonlight Butterfly pretty much requires ranged battle. There will be a couple times where it will settle down on the edge of the bridge that you fight it on, where you can get some melee swings in on it, but the rest of the time it's sniping you with pretty high caliber sorceries, actually. Now these guys will drop the egg vermifuge. These guys can be farmed for that. If you want one to trade to Snuggly or whatever. I don't think this player I summoned has any clue of what's going on here. That's fine. Like I say, it's a freebie for that person. Alright, so, should be one more of those double-headed snake guys. And there's a lot of those giants like I fought to get the ring. There's a few more of those down in this area, and a lot more hidden trees waiting in the ground to ambush. So, well, didn't get an egg vermifuge there. Would have been nice. That would have been great. I wouldn't have to think about it again. But, you have this one last one over here guarding the door. The rest of them are kind of peppered through the woods behind me, and we can worry about that later. Right now, Beatrice's sign should be hidden behind this bush. Okay, now, there will be no physical damage being dealt by this butterfly, so go with your highest magic-resistant gear, whatever that may be. In fact, for now, I will take off the Crown of Dust because it makes me 30% weaker to magic, and with my limited health pool and armor and stuff like that right now, I think I'll go this route. Sure enough, a little extra damage boost on the fireballs would be nice, but it's not going to make much of a difference. My fireballs are weak as it is anyway. It's not like I've fully upgraded my glove and all that other stuff where I can, you know, 2 or 3 shot this butterfly. I think I would need about 40 of my current fireballs to kill this thing, personally. So I think I'll just go with staying alive, you know? And I don't think this person I summoned is going to be of any help with their battle axe and shield wandering around aimlessly getting in my way. Yeah, I'm not thinking they're going to be much of a help here. Actually, they're hurting because they've given the Moonlight Butterfly 50% more health. Just by being here. And I rolled, by the way. Okay, well, I'm not even going to bother looking at my follower. I'm going to assume that my follower is getting pelted with this crap. So I'll just drink a flask every once in a while, whether I need it or not. And like I say, Beatrice is doing all the work. I can throw a fireball here and there, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Okay, now this would be an opportunity for melee. I can't do any real damage on that either, and of course my follower is either totally clueless or No, just never been here before. I don't think this player's ever been here before. You certainly wouldn't go up there and do that, but that's cool. All right. There we go. Probably happy to get a victory there. If this is his first time here, he's probably like, what the hell is that? Oh, pretty. Ouch. Yeah. Okay, now up on the top of this tower, this is from the very beginning of the game. We saw one of the blacksmiths over a hollow, a dead body showing the dark sign. If you go back and look at the intro, and I believe it's this blacksmith right here, and this is the divine blacksmith. This is where you get the divine ember so you can make a divine weapon, which allows you to go down in the catacombs and finish off those skeletons for good, whether they're necromancers or alive or not. Okay, and that watchtower key is for the bottom door of the tower where we fought Havel. Okay, and that is essentially a shortcut from here back up to the Undead Burg. Not like I would need this for anything, unless I hadn't fought the Hydra yet and I wanted to use the Undead Burg bonfire, maybe? That, I don't know. That doesn't really seem logical, seeing as you'd have to fight through the whole Undead Burg, essentially, to get to the bottom of Havel's tower to run all the way down there to the Hydra, whereas you can just use the bonfire that's right there in the forest, over there by the Silver Knight. But anyway, whatever the case. That's what that's for. I guess if you were running this game a certain route, that key would come in useful under some circumstance. I think every player has their own order that they do things in. You know, you can do some things before other things if you know where to go and if you can find a shortcut door and so on and so forth. You can beat later game bosses before you beat early game bosses. In fact, the next, I guess, main boss, well, the next boss sort of that we'll fight is the Capra Demon, but then after that the Gaping Demon, and you can bypass those guys altogether. But there's a lot of stuff down in the depths, so I like to go down there. And the Gaping Demon is my personal favorite place to farm for souls. And right around the corner while you're waiting to get summoned, you can go kill rats, farm for humanities. And if you're in the Gravelord Covenant, you can go down to the bottom of the depths and kill the frogs and farm Eyes of Death. For that covenant, there are offerings that you give to Nito, assuming you haven't killed him yet. And anyway, so it's a great place to go and farm for. It's like almost like a base operations for me once I clear it out. And anyway, all right. So over here, that little glowing piece of treasure off over there is the Elite Knight set of armor. And it's just mildly more protective than the Knight set, but everything weighs more. I think one or two of the pieces give you an extra point of poise or two, but to me, the extra weight does not justify the very small measure of extra protection. It's just sort of just a couple points. I don't know. Unless someone likes the way it looks, then I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, it'd be nice if all these guys drop something. Actually make it worth killing. I could do without the Elite Knight set, but I really wouldn't mind having some purple moss. Some blooming purple moss, that'd be even better. Okay, I gotta figure out how many hits it's gonna take to kill this guy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 5 solid hits. So if I get in 2 when he goes into his casting, then I can get off 3 more. And that casting, what it does is it slows you down like 75%, to where you move at a crawl, and I mean, you move at a crawl, and it allows him to basically wail away on you, and he does enough poise damage with that big sword of his, even one-handed, that if he breaks your block or your guard or staggers you, then his next follow-up is probably going to kill you. Especially at my level, right here. I don't have a whole lot of HP and a whole lot of armor either. And I have no poise, so yeah, that's be pretty drastic for me. Okay, it looks like we'll wind up fighting one more. I could just run out of here, but you know, this guy pissed me off just by existing, so I think I'll take care of him too. That's 2. do it. Alright, so we'll go back to this bonfire. And then we'll, I guess, head out of here. Maybe I can go buy the crest of Astoria now. Guess I could go do that. Have enough with a little change left over. Maybe even buy a few more Titanites or something. I don't know. But anyway, alright, there we go. So that's the Moonlight Butterfly. That's the Wolf Ring and all that good stuff. And we can feel free to leave this area for the time being. Alright, for some more Dark Souls, click that top box. And for the rest of my playlist, click the bottom box. And if you want to subscribe, click that box over my head. Thanks for watching. And remember to like, share, and all that good stuff. Tell your friends. All right, thanks for making the channel grow, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.